too much. Hey, what's up, my dudes? It's everyone's favorite man, Mr. Mikey. And today I got a very special thing for you guys. I'm not talking about what's going on in my life or updates on the channel. Could this be the 100 subscriber thing? Probably not, but I don't know when I'll get around to that because who knows? I need the book. Give me the book of wisdom. So let me tell you the story of this boy right here. In the ancient years of, when did I do this? 2014. So like what, 3 years ago? I was in 6th grade because I'm still a little boy. Throughout the year we wrote stuff, I guess. We wrote stuff down in the little book. Not in the book, but like we wrote poems and stuff like that. So at the end of the year we put it all into a book, and this is mine. It's Mikey's year in 6th grade, boys. That's how you know this is a treat right here. I thought, you know what? This is stupid and embarrassing. Perfect thing to share with the internet. This one's dedicated. It has a dedication page. It says, this book is dedicated to my family and teachers for helping me along the way. That's pretty, cool, I guess. But I ended with a solid, thank you, as in, thank you. It's almost symbolic in nature, as it is hopeful and wisdom prizes. I'm not going to read all of these because some of them are pointless. But let's start with the first one. It's called I Am From. The point of this one was it starts with the line I am from. And then you got to do everything that you're from. Like I am from my family or something. I am from the tree outside my house. It's like that stuff. It's stupid. The first line, I am from my camera, from my computer and desk. I was already into the film world. I'm destined to be a director, man. That's how you know. I am from the forest and the trees in the backyard, the feel of happiness. I am from the dandelions. I had a thing about dandelions a while ago. It's a long story. The one large tree by my house that will never die. It's still out there. Whose long limbs I remember as if they were my own. I am from family and love, from my brother and parents. I'm from kindness and helping, and from teamwork. From honesty and appropriateness. I had a really big thing. If I ever heard a kid say a curse word, I would be like, "What's your language?" Oh, next one. And to never stand in a bucket and attempt to move. That's another long story. I'm going to save that story for a future video. I'm from New York and Italy. I've never been to Italy, but my dad's side is from Italy, so that counts, I guess. Really hoping that it's focusing. The little box thing on the camera is focusing towards my face, which it's not focusing towards this monstrosity. The family memories I keep in my heart. It's a solid line. It would be better if I actually. Yep. His phone's ringing. The phone is ringing. It says I did everything right, but that one line it ends on, I didn't include a period. That's also me from 6th grade. Look how gracefully I aged. Now, and it also has this collage of photos and stuff on this page. It's sort of whatever. They're pictures of me and stuff. But the one that I want to point out, there are a few of these I want to point out. First one, that's just me in front of. They clearly said all right, what describes you? Camera, film stuff. Put yourself in front of a green screen. That's another story. I showed my video in front of the whole class. So that's the whole school. That was a thing that happened once. It was about how bottled water destroys the world. Right there. That's I was at the Apple store. This is the worst pick. What am I doing right now? I don't even know. Ooh, this next one is a deep one. It's called The Forest. The Forest. Here we go. Forest, where everything is gentle and calm. When the day begins, you hear the sound of nature. The birds singing, the squirrels scampering to find breakfast. I probably got scampering from what's that word? Jeffrey, what's that website where you get alternate words?
What?
It's the dictionary and then it's a
Google blank synonym.
No, it sounds like a dinosaur.
Thesaurus?
Thesaurus! The wind blows throughout the forest, making the leaves dance. Leaves fall to the ground, making a blanket of colors. The trees stand as tall as a mountain. The trees stand as tall as a mountain. watching the forest dance in the wind, though the trees are watching apparently. The animals are jets on a quest to find food. At nighttime, you can hear the animals run home. At nighttime, you can hear the animals run home. In the forest, all is peaceful. Pure poetry. I'm surprised it didn't win multiple awards. And there are these things called loons, which are like short poems, I think. The loon rhymes with moon. Is a very short poem. Alright, yeah, I was right. Okay, let's read some of these babies. Here we go. This one's about a computer. Chair stands tall, still like a statue, staring into the screen. These loons. What's that thing like? Haikus. Loons are basically haikus, but like complicated in terms of wording. This is about a leaf. For some reason, both these have stuff to do with leaves, because leaves are like the most poetic thing ever. Heavy wind blows. Leaf leaves home to explore. Watch it soar. This one's about a bed because I wanted to go home and sleep. Eyes have opened, slowly risen from its bed. You have awoken.
Wake me up! Wake me up inside!
That's a deep one right there. What are you awake from? Who knows and who cares? Next up is an absolute masterpiece. This one right here. I've been like that the whole video. This next one was a project we had. This is going to be the main event of the night, in case you didn't know. Torn paper project story. Torn paper story. What this one was you had to like, you stuck your hand into a bin of paper, the torn pieces of paper, and you got lucky based on if it was easy or not. So mine was just like, it was shaped like this. And I thought, you know, looking back, that looks like a water bottle. Apparently, I saw a green person wearing a fez. I was a weird kid. And you'll see how weird I was in this story. The worst thing is, I probably spent a long time thinking, what does that look like? A guy in a fez. I'm a genius. This next story is called Bob in the Fez. Here we go. Bob was a kind, strangely shaped green person. That's racist, Mikey. Why was he green? Because that's the color of the torn piece of paper that represents Bob. Even I didn't care. So I spelled that's wrong. You know, that's like when you're saying that's, like that is, there's supposed to be an apostrophe. I didn't do that, so it's just that's with an S at the end. So that's the first spelling error. Bob was a lonely person. All he wanted was to have friends. Bob was different than everyone else. I don't think that's wording. Bob had different opinions than his class. You know what? I don't even care about the grammar anymore. Also, that last line, Bob had different opinions than his classmates. This is clearly where I start to reflect my life, because I disagreed with the kids a lot in terms of everything. Like music and stuff. I don't know. I was weird. And that's not to say I'm not anymore. Am I right, guys at home? Isn't Mikey a weird guy? So, I guess I use Bob to reflect my life, but why would I use this thing? Like, why would I use this monstrosity as describe me? It's weird. It's an allegory for my own life. It's disturbing, to say the least. So Bob had different opinions from his classmates, and then it says, for some reason, his classmates thought that was a good reason to bully Bob. I didn't even get bullied, Mikey. What are you trying to say? Bob was thinking of ways to make friends. He thought very hard, but he had no answers. Bob continued to think. He thought for hours, but nothing came to him. Running out of options, Bob went to ask his family what to do. They thought for many minutes, but nothing came. His family didn't know what to do. Oh no, Bob, how is Bob going to make friends? Am I right? The next day, Bob went to town. Usually, when Bob came to town... Sounds like a song, When Bob Came to Town. Bob has come to town. He didn't have anything planned. But, this time, whenever I make a pause, there's an apostrophe, not a comma. Whenever I make a pause, there's a comma. So it says, but, this time, there was a reason. wasn't hungry, thirsty, or bored. He was searching for a way to be unique. Because that's the message, kids. You gotta spend money to be unique and then people will like you. Otherwise you're a sad man like Bob. Bob's an idiot. Bob wanted to start over. Then it says, after searching for an action-packed 2 minutes, which I thought was funny. It's not funny though, so... He found his destination. The hat store! He's at a hat store! This is back when in English class, you had to, like, use, like, your brain. And, like, not really your brain, you had to turn off your brain for a solid 12 minutes. And, like, be stupidly deep with your wording. A normal sentence would become like we're bootleg Shakespeare. It's weird. He entered the store. The sound of the bell that rang when he opened the door made Bob feel happy. The sight of hats made him run around in joy. The employee was very kind to Bob. When I said bootleg Shakespeare, I meant the other kids. Then there's me. So he goes, the employee was nice to Bob. Get it? Because people are nice to him for once. Mikey. Ooh. He welcomed him and showed Bob what there is to see. It was the first time someone was nice to Bob. This is like... What are you doing, Mikey?
Call my name and save me from the dark.
He searched for the right hat that fit his personality. This is like a secret, like... They should read this to kids in school, teach them about methods of what makes us different and how to respect each other. Minutes of searching. What's with me in minutes in the story? Bob found what he wanted. A bright red fabric fez. Bob purchased it with all the money he had in his wallet. Mikey, you didn't even own a wallet at the time, so shut it. Once Bob put it on, he felt something. He felt like he just ate a large bag of Skittles. Mikey, you're not funny. And you still aren't, so you know what? Keep going, kid. He felt his creativity burst with new opportunities. The next day of school, Bob entered like a new person. Everyone thought Bob looked amazing in his fez. Everyone became Bob's friend. Bob was happy. I mean, like, that's the end of the Bob story. Message of this story, no one will like you unless you spend money on a hat. Then everyone will love you because of the way you look. It doesn't matter what's on the inside, kids. Bob still disagrees with them just as much. But what matters most in the end is that as long as you look good, people will love you. Oh, wait, and then there's like this reflection. I'm not going to read the whole reflection. I'm just going to read the one on the torn paper story. Her story helped me with, like, showing and telling. You're supposed to, like, show and not tell. That's, like, how it works with stories, okay? Instead of, like, expositioning your way out of it, you gotta, like, show that instead of just saying it. It's kind of obvious. But, like, I said that the torn paper story helped me by showing and not telling. Mike, you, like, literally said everyone became Bob's friend, okay? You didn't show people, like, hey, you see Bob with that new hat? Yeah, I saw him. He looks so hot. You could have been more cool with it. But you didn't. You're garbage. Ooh, about the author. Let's give this one a read. Dude, look, this shows how, like... Okay, let me explain. There's a little shout out to the channel in this one. Let's read that one. In his life so far, Mikey has achieved a few things. Just a few things. He made a YouTube channel called MikeyVideos. That's one of my achievements. Which has 80 subscribers. He hopes to gain 1 million. Very humble of you, Mikey. Very humble. It's not about making people happy. It's about popularity, and that's stupid. This book is garbage. Y'all learned something today. I used to be an idiot. That doesn't mean I'm not anymore, but I got a message to all you youngsters out there. So pay attention, boys and girls. You don't have to, like, you know those things parents would always say, always be yourself and everyone will love you. That's never going to get you anywhere. No one will like you. Where am I going with this? Mikey, I shouldn't say this. Basically what I'm saying is you don't have to, like, look good to be happy. You can be ugly and happy. Alright, that's it. I don't feel like getting up right now, so, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Who knows where we'll be then, but all I know is maybe, just maybe, I don't know where to go with this. I'm turning off the camera.